Live. Let me put on my cool shades. Yeah. Yep. As I talk about, and we watch this reaction from Donald Trump. Big meeting happened. Meeting happened with the CEO of Robinhood, the CEO of Crypto.com, a lot of different these CEOs. Who else was there? The New York Stock Exchange, a lot of big time hedge fund guys talking about what I've been talking about for a very, very long time. The wealth transfer. All these IPOs, all these new companies have now been listed on the stock market, a big number. And we're gonna hear them speak about that on this particular live stream. You know, the race for AI, the race to control oil, and all these crypto markets, all these different markets, a race, and it's all about money. I've been talking about this for 3 years, well, close to 3, about the wealth transfer. Go back and look at all my old videos, back when I had 80 subscribers, 90 subscribers, when nobody was really paying attention. I was talking about it then. And guess what? The wealth transfer that I've been talking about, I might pull up that first video. I might pull up that video when I was talking about the wealth transfer. It was going to be a wealth transfer from the left to the right, not political left to the right, but the left. I say that all the time. The left is people that live paycheck to paycheck, people that are not investing. You know, that's the left. The right are the people that are invested into the stock market, invested into real estate, learning about investing. You know what I'm saying? Because even if you have not invested one share of stock, just educating yourself and putting yourself in the position to learn and educate yourself about how this stuff goes, you're part of the right. I don't care if you got one share. If you just bought your first share, you're part of the right. Congratulations. But you have to be invested in something. Your education, your financial future. You have to be invested in something, right? And right now, where I've been saying this, it's still happening right now. It's not too late. I know a lot of people say, man, Stock Sniper, I ain't been listening to you for the last 2-3 years, bro. You know, but the thing is, it's not too late. You know, as when we watch this, you're going to be able to, hopefully you can pick this apart and probably listen. Maybe I might stop it here and there, you know, to add in a little bit of, you know, clarity to it, because we know how Donald Trump is, you know. But what's going on is a lot of investing. And yes, a lot of people are going to say, well, hey, the national debt has reached 40 trillion. But you got to understand is that we are rebuilding America at this time. It's being rebuilt. And yes, it's called, you got to spend more money. You have to make more investments, you know, but the thing is long term. Yes, the debt is 40 trillion right now. It's high. You know what I'm saying? But we got to understand that we're in a process of rebuilding America. So it's going to get ugly. That's just like if you're having a financial situation at home. Before it gets better, it's going to get ugly. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, America is a big, big company. It's a big, big household. So with that analogy, it's going to get worse before it get better. See, what we're doing right now in America is really not for right now. It's for the future. See, we got to start thinking long term. You know what I'm saying? We got to start thinking long term. A lot of these big timers and these guys up there, they thinking 50 years ahead of time, 100 years. You know, so yes, and in my opinion, the debt is really going to go up. It's going to go up. And the people that are really going to be affected by this debt is the people at the bottom, right? A lot of these programs are going to get cut. You know, a lot of these programs are going to have to get cut. I'm just going to be realistic. That's just like your household. If you're trying to get your debt under management, you're going to have to let some things go. You know, so it's like logical thinking, you know? So I'm going to play this and let me know what y'all think about this in the comment section. Have you been paying attention to this? Since I've been talking about the wealth transfer, have you been paying attention? Have you been paying attention? You know, it's a lot of things that are happening in the world and on the internet that throws us off of paying attention. You don't want to be 5-6 years from now, and then all of a sudden you wake up and you're on the left and you're not on the right. So let's pay attention to this. I appreciate y'all for joining me. Hope you're having a great Saturday morning. Let's go. Take the cap off of Social Security, then raise taxes on ones who already took from us. Appreciate you for the comment. Let's go. Let me see. Let me get over here. Let's play.
The White House, not railroaded to the big house. And the new frontier of finance is being built right here in the United States of America. From day one, this president has been clear. America will not fall behind and allow other countries to take its place as the greatest country on earth to build a new technology, operate a business, and invest for the future. The world will run on the backbone of American technology. Under President Trump's leadership, we've codified the Genius Act, established a strategic Bitcoin reserve, drawn a clear line in the sand between crypto securities and commodities, launched the first U.S. crypto perpetual, and protected the rights of software developers. We've exiled Gary Gensler, defeated the anti-crypto army, and made the United States the crypto capital of the world. I'm proud to be working with Secretary Lutnick in the Department of Commerce as well to make America the compute capital of the world. This may be the most important commodity of our day. Some call it digital oil. And
to answer your question, I'm not a Trump supporter. I support whoever is best for me and my family and my community and the country. That's who I rock with. So I'm not a Trump supporter.
America needs to dominate these markets to win the AI race. We've also protected federally regulated prediction markets from rogue state attorneys generals like Letitia James, who seek to nullify federal law and drive these markets offshore to unregulated and foreign venues. American dominance in the technologies that will define the future remains unmatched. We are truly in a golden age of American innovation. Now, the United States has a choice. We can either write the rules that define the next generation of financial markets, or we can let other countries write them for us. With Congress advancing the Clarity Act towards the finish line, we stand ready to implement the bill once the president signs it. But we'll use every tool available to move the president's pro-innovation agenda forward in the meantime. Tomorrow at the inaugural meeting of the CFTC's Innovation Advisory Committee, I look forward to sharing more details on our regulatory path forward. A path forward that provides greater certainty for innovators while reinforcing confidence in our markets for decades to come. This president has assembled an extraordinary team of entrepreneurs, builders, investors, and business leaders advising in government, like David Sachs, of course, and Patrick Witt. This real-world experience has already brought valuable perspectives into policymaking, and it will continue to pay dividends for the American people. Innovation depends on regulatory clarity. Clear rules create confidence, confidence attracts investment, and investment creates jobs, strengthens our markets, and keeps the world's best talent building here in America. Mr. President, thank you again for your leadership and for making American innovation great again. The work we're doing now to shape the future of our great nation will do measures for decades to come. Now, I'm honored to introduce the most pro-innovation, pro-free market SEC chairman in America's history, and it's not Gary Gensler, of course. It's Paul Atkins. So, Mr. Chairman, please.
Well, thank you, Mike, and thank you, Mr. President, for having us here today. From day one, you've made our nation's financial dominance and innovation job one. We at the SEC are delivering on your agenda. We're making IPOs great again, to continue on your theme, by cutting red tape that discourages companies from going public. Under your leadership, Mr. President, the IPO market is booming. Since Inauguration Day, 583 companies have gone public, and that's up 75% compared to the.
See, that's what I was talking about earlier, Chad. I thought it was right around 270. But since Donald Trump has become president, a lot of companies have IPO. Well, what is an IPO, Stock Sniper? IPO is a company basically that comes onto the stock market for the first time, and people like you and I can invest into the company. So in other words, when these companies IPO, Chad, this is very, very important. This is the big one of the main components to the wealth transfer. Whenever these companies are IPO, which whenever these companies are able to be publicly traded, guess what happens? They raise billions and billions and billions of dollars, by what? By selling us, right, the shares into the company to make us, AKA business owners. So that's how they acquire a whole lot of income. Soon as they IPO, like we seen on SpaceX, that's how Elon Musk was able to become a trillionaire, because soon as SpaceX hit the stock market, meaning it was able for folks like investors like you and I to be able to participate in this great stock market, it made Elon Musk basically raise so much capital because so many people are investing. It made him into a trillionaire. That's exactly what happened. So I thought it was around 250 new companies to hit the stock market, but he just told us, I think he said 500 to 700 companies. You can rewind it to get the exact number, but over 500 companies since Donald Trump have become the president has IPO'd since then. So that's how they're able to raise billions and billions of dollars just like that. And of course, that money goes to investing. It goes into expanding the business, and of course, if you are invested into it, that's how you get your returns, because if it's a good CEO, then he's going to do the proper things for the company, because they want to make their investors happy, right? We are investors, right? You want to make your investors happy. So you make good business decisions, and that's how it goes.
Final year and a half of the Biden administration. And those companies have raised an impressive $208 billion, and that's nearly 4 times the amount raised during the final year and a half of the previous administration. So that's just not incremental progress. That is a turnaround. You've committed to making the United States the crypto capital of the world. And yesterday, the SEC, I'm proud to say, took another significant step to deliver on that. Our proposal, the crypto assets rule, would provide crypto entrepreneurs like those here in this room and job creators the certainty to raise capital in the United States using digital assets. This action is consonant with our belief that the most important priority is for Congress to send the Clarity Act to your desk for your signature. And the SEC is doing everything we can to support that work. So thank you again, Mr. President, for leading this nation to ensure that we continue to have the strongest markets in the world, to reshore innovation, and to welcome, yes, a whole new generation of investors through the Trump accounts. So under your leadership, we will make sure that the greatest advances of the technological frontier are right here in America. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Well, this morning I was thinking back to the 2024 campaign where the president, I think, very astutely recognized there was millions of voters in the United States who felt disenfranchised by the prior administration. And he made a commitment at that time to make America the crypto capital of the world. And within weeks of taking office, delivered on that promise. And it started first with this executive order, which came out ordering the agencies in his administration to take steps in this direction. Shortly thereafter, appointed two of the most competent and pro-innovation regulators anywhere in the world, Chair Selig and Chair Atkins, and of course fired Gary Gensler. There was that big applause line at the Bitcoin conference, which was powerful. And of course, the Genius Act was another milestone just in the past year, along with the Strategic Bitcoin Reserve, et cetera. And just this week, I have to commend Chair Atkins for publishing this new rule that allows crypto projects to raise capital in the US for the first time. There's clarity on that. And Chair Selig, we're excited to attend the advisory committee meeting tomorrow to make progress there. So an incredible amount of progress has been made, and I think what's most important next, of course, is this September 15th vote that we have with the Clarity Act. This would make all of the progress that this administration has made durable into the future, so it could survive for decades and decades to come. And make no mistake, there are folks out there who they want to see this legislation not happen, right? Maybe some of the big banks don't want the competition from crypto companies. Other banks are leaning in and have endorsed it, which I think is really powerful. And so if we all come together, I think we can get this bill over the finish line and hopefully get more than 60 votes come September 15th. Thank you.
And it's very bipartisan, I would say. So
very,
could say that. Very much.
That is true.
A lot of Democrat support.
There's hundreds of pages of changes that have come in from the Democrat side as well. It's a true bipartisan compromise, and yeah, it's a great work product. So up next, I think, is Jeff Sprecher.
Sorry.
Thank you. Mr. President, I just wanted to tell you that that your trade policies of fair trade to bring back jobs and businesses from overseas, your energy dominance policies to fuel the next generation of technology in the United States, your big, beautiful bill that created incentives for investments has led to the records that you're hearing about in our stock markets, the record number of IPOs. And as you know from working with my wife who works on private businesses, there's a record number of business formations in this country right now. So we're here to talk about how to evolve regulation so that we don't impede that progress. But one of the things I can tell you about the New York Stock Exchange is that it was formed at the time of our country. And so it, for 250 years, has been subject to every single financial services regulation that has ever passed in the United States, bar none. And so one of the things that I'm so thankful that you've done is put two really strong chairs in these seats and ask them to go through past legislation, regulation, and figure out what we can get rid of that no longer serves the interests of this country. And for that, I really appreciate that on behalf of the New York Stock Exchange.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you.
Mr. President, thank you for bringing us together and for your work to ensure the next generation of Americans has a stake in the country's economic success through the Trump accounts and many other things. Thank you also to Chair Selig, Chair Atkins, your administration, for the work underway to strengthen American capital markets and expand opportunity for all Americans. If I had to sum up Robinhood in one word, it would be ownership. Broad ownership is essential to a free, stable, and prosperous society. That belief has shaped pretty much every product we've built, from commission-free investing to 24-hour trading, and now outside the United States to tokenization, which we're using to expand ownership of American assets to people in more than 120 countries. Yet this innovation is reaching investors abroad before investors here back home. And the opportunity goes far beyond public markets. Tokenization will open up markets that have long been out of reach, including private companies. Today, too much economic value is being created before ordinary investors get a chance to participate. Expanding Expanding ownership also requires protecting investors. Innovation and investor protection aren't opposing goals. America became the world's capital markets capital
Hey, what's up,
by
Mitchell?
doing both. And the chairs here
How you
understand
doing?
that.
Hope you having a great day.
American companies are building this technology. American markets are powering it. American assets are also at the center of it. American investors should not be the last to benefit. We look forward to continue to work together to expand ownership, build the next generation of capital markets, and ensure America leads the way. Thank you.
Great job.
Arjun.
Arjun.
Hello, everyone. I was thinking about what I was going to say today. Most of the time, I don't speak too much, but the first time I met the president, he said, "What does your company do?" And I said, we're a startup. We move at warp speed. And the first thing he said is, "Why not at Trump speed?" So we started acting in that way. Look, our mission at Kraken isn't about Kraken. Brian created Coinbase. Vlad here, you have ICE, NASDAQ. They created the world markets. And all we're trying to do is make sure that everyone in America has the ability to be able to succeed in the same way that we did. And that's essentially how we think about it. So our motto at Kraken has been fix money, we fix the world. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you very much, Greg. And if you have any questions, or if anybody else of this very distinguished, would somebody like to say something? My male models who happen to be genius. They're brilliant and they look good, right? But anybody, would you like to say something? Go ahead, please.
Just want to thank you, Mr. President, for all of your leadership. America should lead in crypto and win in markets like prediction markets. And with your leadership and your administration, you're helping America lead here and become the crypto capital of the
What's
world.
up,
So
chat?
thank you very
What's
much.
up, chat? You just got into the chat. Do me a favor,
I just want to
double
thank you,
tap the
Mr.
screen.
President,
Hope
as
y'all
well
having a
as
great day.
Chairman Atkins and Chairman Selig for the great work that they're doing.
Thank you.
Yeah, I just want to say that what Chairman Selig and Chairman Atkins are doing and the President has enabled with his leadership is actually working. So if you look at stablecoin usage and adoption, it's increasing the usage and distribution of the US dollar at higher and higher levels than our industry has ever seen, specifically because of the Genius Act and the movement of more and more treasuries into stablecoins and therefore into more and more hands across the world. And now the tokenization of equities, thanks to Chairman Selig's and Chairman Atkins' great work and collaboration and actual work together rather than working against each other as before, is going to distribute US equities globally and increase the distribution of those. So, we power a lot of these applications and companies, so we know what the numbers actually are, and they're massively increasing because we have regulators and leadership that enables the success and distribution of these US-based assets. So there's actually a very real and tangible outcome that's really now benefiting the US and adoption of US-issued assets and the US dollar. So I just want to mention that it really is working and hitting all-time highs. So thank you very much.
Thank you. So if you have any questions, we have a meeting next week with the AI people. The top people are coming in, so we can talk about that. But we're leading by a lot with AI. We want to keep it that way. We want to regulate, but we want to have it regulation where they can continue to lead, not regulation that's going to stifle a very important industry. I think maybe bigger than the internet, bigger than anything anyone's seen. And we're helping in that regard, especially with regard to allowing them to produce their own electricity, which everyone thought was crazy that it would never be approved. We're getting them fast 2- and 3-week approvals. They're building some of the greatest electric plants anywhere in the world because our grid is old and tired and weak, and they're actually giving the excess electricity into the grid, but they're building power plants that nobody's ever seen anything like it. We're not using the power from the grid. We're using brand new power, so it's a great thing because that misconception has been out there that we're taking electricity. We're actually creating electricity, and that's something I was proud of because that was my idea. Nobody believed it. Actually, it went along for 2-3 weeks. I said, how come these guys aren't submitting? Well, they thought that you were just kidding because that's the way it's been in this country. Nobody would ever say a thing like that. But no, they're building power plants the likes of which, all different, fueled all different ways, but the likes of which we've never seen. The people that are in the power business said we're seeing things that we've never seen before because a very high level of intelligence is doing it. So it's been great. Okay, any questions?
Mr. President.
Yeah, please.
Mr. President, does the administration have any plans to accumulate sizable amounts of Bitcoin or other cryptocurrencies?
Well, it's been talked about. I think I'd probably rely on Paul and the whole group for that. He'll make a decision. You guys will make a decision, and you'll let me know. But certainly it's been talked about. It's
hitting that like
taking a
button.
lot of pressure off the dollar. It's been very, very good for the dollar. And I think if you came in with recommendations, two of you, if you came in with some recommendations, I would certainly listen. It seems to be a pretty big subject. Yes, please.
Hi, President Trump. I have two quick questions.
Go ahead.
Don't get around here much. So my first question is, we're talking about AI and crypto a lot, and you won overwhelmingly with working class Americans in 2024, tens of millions of working class
Right.
Americans. Many of them, they say, we love President Trump, but we're still cautious about AI and
Yeah.
crypto. What do you say to those who are still reticent to embrace this evolution?
So I think it's a great question, and I think it's going to create a lot of jobs. It's going to create success. It's going to create tremendous innovation medically. I mean, they're coming up with already, amazingly, they came out with something today that I looked at it having to do, I won't go into the details, but having to do it with a pretty unstoppable disease, and all of a sudden they're coming up with answers that they never thought were possible and things that they never even would have thought about. So I think it's really creating jobs. And I can tell you one thing, if you look at our construction jobs right now, because we're building more plants, factories, things that really have something to do with the AI, but also car factories, car plants, they're moving into our country. Honda just announced, Toyota just announced they're moving their operations from Mexico, from Canada, from other places. We, by the way, probably have a deal with Canada. You probably saw that. We very major tariffs were going on to Canada today. We delayed it for 3 days because I think we have a deal with the Prime Minister, and good deal for everybody. So that's good. But the construction jobs are enormous. We're building the biggest plants anywhere in the world. And I can say if I were the mayor of a town or the governor of a state and I had a chance to get a big plant in, an AI plant or a data center, I would absolutely want it because the jobs are enormous and the money paid, the taxes paid are just enormous. And if you don't take it, you're going to be left behind because there are plenty of places that want it. So I would say that maybe it can use a little public relations help. But if I were a governor or mayor, I would want that plant in my community. And many of them are designed in a very beautiful way. It's really very positive. Okay, thank you.
A little off topic. So
What's up, chat? What's up, chat? Appreciate y'all for joining. Everybody that's in the chat right now, appreciate y'all for coming through right now. We just checking out, reacting to Donald Trump, meeting with all these business guys, tech guys, AI guys, the CEO of Robinhood, the CEO of Coinbase, and the guy that runs the New York Stock Exchange. All of them are here right now talking about investing into America, you know, building the country back, even though we are 40 trillion in debt. You know, they are trying to rebuild the country, and we have to wait and see. You know what I'm saying? We have to wait and see how this goes. All these investments, you know, all over the world. We have to see how it goes. It's a process. You know, it's a process. So we have to see how it goes. But I appreciate y'all for joining me, man. I hope y'all would double tap the screen, drop a comment. Let me know what you think about all this. Anyone else like data centers plus AI, blocks, and elites, bunkers, genders? Hey, what's up, Digital Warrior? What's up? Yeah, it's, in my opinion, I mean, I've kind of seen this before with the internet. And I think that this AI stuff is basically, my opinion, is about the same, but it's going to be a little bit worse, you know. But when they developed the internet, you know, it was a big mess about that. Jobs were lost. New jobs were created, you know. But I think that this is going to be a bigger scale as far as AI, you know. And AI is coming really fast. It's here already. So I appreciate y'all for joining me, chat. Hope y'all having a great day. I'm going to go on and let this play out. Let me know what you think about all this in the chat.
You mentioned Joe Biden and some of the past leadership, and it's been about 69 days since we've seen Mitch McConnell. Sometimes when you look at Congress, it looks like the cast of Cocoon. But I read a Cindy Adams column in the New York Post recently, and she talked about how we need term limits and someone needs to hold Congress accountable. Maybe you should be the person to do it. Would you support term limits for Congress or some type of cognitive testing? Because maybe if we had that the last 4 years, we wouldn't have ended up in some of these messes.
So term limits are very popular with the public. I've seen it both ways. I've seen where people go in and they get termed out, and they're very talented, and they're at the height of their career, politicians, and you end up with total rookies in there, nothing gets done. And I've seen it the other way, where people are there too long. We see that all the time. I see both. I always like to say that a term limit is an election. The public's pretty smart. You see that last night. We had some great success last night. The Republican Party had tremendous success last night. But I like to say that term limits should be elections. But I'm okay with term limits. Remember, the people that have to pass term limits are the people that are going to be voting on them to get out of office. So it's a little bit tough. That's not the easiest vote to get, is it, huh? But I'm okay with it one way or the other. I do think elections really term people out.
Mr. President, I want to ask you about Canada, but first, the Treasury Secretary says that we could see the most impactful sanctions on Iran this week. When will they come, and what else could be sanctioned on Iran?
Well, we have things that we could sanction. We have very draconian sanctions, and we'll see what happens. Right now, the strait is open. A lot of boats are coming through. People aren't reporting that, and that may slow down a little bit at some point, but right now, a lot of boats are coming through. The naval blockade has been extremely effective. Literally, while it's up, and that's been for quite a while, except for a couple of little pauses where we opened it purposely with a deal. But the deal didn't terminate. The deal didn't turn out to be what they said. When they tell us one thing and they do another. But the blockade has been 100% successful. No boats have gotten into Iran, but they are getting in for other places. But we'll see. We're going to see what happens. It'll either be extremely good and oil prices are going to drop like a rock, or we'll continue to do exactly what we're doing. They were talking about $350 a barrel, and it's today 84, 85. And we are getting a lot of oil out. But the other thing that's happened is people have found other alternatives, which they never thought about. Texas, Alaska, Louisiana, and other places. In addition, a lot of pipelines, record numbers of pipelines are being built. So I think the Hormuz Strait's not going to be quite as important as it was in the past.
Now, on Canada, if I could ask you, you said that there's a deal, an agreement in place. Are you willing to lower tariffs on steel and aluminum?
Well, we're looking at that.
Well, in order to get farmers...
We're getting zero for our farmers. Farmers have been hurt very badly by Canada, and they won't be paying any tariffs anymore. And we may bring some of the tariffs down to a level where other countries are, because Canada was paying a higher tariff. Canada was paying us a higher tariff. So we have a very nice relationship with leadership right now, and we'll see. But we did a 3-day pause. It was supposed to be a 50% straight across the board tariff. That was going into effect at 7 o'clock this morning. And I delayed it at the request of Canada for 3 days so we can iron out the details. But it's going to be a wonderful deal, hopefully a wonderful deal for everybody, yeah.
Mr. President, earlier today you said North Korea has something like 57 nuclear weapons. They've been expanding their nuclear program. Is your goal in trying to reengage with Chairman Kim still denuclearization? And what makes you think you could be successful now when you weren't?
Well, I don't want to talk about that, but I do have a good relationship with Kim Jong-un, as you know, you've seen. He didn't like Biden. He didn't like Obama. He didn't like anybody, but he likes me, and I just got along with him very good. We had great meetings. We speak, and I think our nation, and I think other nations, frankly, whether it's Japan or South Korea, they're a lot safer if I'm president than if somebody else is president. Now, I didn't like the fact that we're doing these massive military exercises, really against North Korea. It was an exercise against North Korea. When I'm friendly with him, I don't see anything happening for certainly 2.5 years. It's not going to happen with me, but I don't see anything happening. And I was not happy when South Korea said, no, they're not interested in helping us with the Hormuz Strait, and yet they get 60% of their oil from the Hormuz Strait. I said, would you like to help us? He said, no, thank you. I said, that's nice, please, thank you. He made us a lot of money. I didn't like that. So I felt that to do we were doing a massive war exercise. I thought that was very insulting to somebody that frankly has been, during my term at least, very well behaved. Yeah.
On the bond market, is the administration done enough to stabilize the bond market after yesterday?
Well, I think it is, but I mean, it's very sad. Every time we do great, we announce great numbers, the interest rates go up. And they go up because they want to stop inflation. They should go down because the country's strong. You know, I see countries like Switzerland where they're the #1 lowest interest rates, 0.5%, and we pay 3.5%. And yet, if we stop doing business, for instance, I have the absolute right to cut off all business with a country like Switzerland, like anything. So why are they prime if I can cut off the business and they are no longer functional? And yet they're considered to be like an elite country. And I don't want to single them out because there's 60 countries like that. They live off the United States. So why are we paying higher interest rates than them? You know, in the old days, we used to pay the lowest interest rate, no matter how we were doing, because we sort of generate for the whole world. And I want to see it where interest rate, and I have to tell you, we have a wonderful chairman. I think he's doing a great job. The problem is he has a board, and it's a political board. It's people put in by Obama, Biden, and me. And there are quite a few members still left, as you understand. And so they vote to raise interest rates. I don't know if they're doing it because they think they're doing a good thing or because they like the politics of it. But my point is, years ago, 25 years ago, when the country announced good numbers, interest rates went down because we had a stronger country. Now when we announce good numbers, the better they are, the worse it is for interest rates. So we could have a GDP of 10 times. You know, they say, oh, it's going to be 3 times or 4.1. We could have a GDP of 10, 12, 15 times if they just leave us alone. Let the rates go down. We should pay the lowest interest rates. You know, every point of interest is $600 billion. Think of that.
I love Trump.
Every point of interest is $600 billion.
Every word.
2 points means we make a fortune. But we keep driving it up. It's a very unfair system. And I've said it now for a long time. When our country does well, interest rates should go down. I mean, every time I hear our country's doing well, I say, oh, it's too bad, because they lift up interest rates. They should drop interest rates because it means we have a strong country. And it's all based on credit, meaning good credit. And we have the best credit. And we'd pay off the debt very easily, very quickly. But if somebody's paying 0.5 point, we should be paying 0.5 point, not somebody else. Right now, I think it's Switzerland has the lowest. Again, and I don't want to single them.
Wow, he says Switzerland has the lowest interest rates, 0.5 point. But that makes sense, though, Chad. If these companies are doing great, people are spending money. The stock market steady hitting all-time highs. Over 500 companies are IPOing for the first time. Interest rates should drop. That makes common sense. If the stock market is hitting all-time highs, all these companies are doing great. Apple, Amazon, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. People are spending money. Why raise the interest rates and the economy is rolling? That absolutely don't make any sense to me. I could see if nobody was spending money. I could see if the companies wasn't doing so well. Most people that got 401ks, their 401ks are steady going up. Your 401ks are going up. All these companies are coming out with new products. People are buying the products. Most of these companies are exceeding their earnings when the earnings reports come out. When I ride around, I see jobs are hiring. It's not that difficult to get a job. That don't make any sense to raise interest rates. It just don't make any sense to me either. You don't have to be a financial head to understand that.
But if you take our...
Let me know what y'all think about that in the chat.
business away from Switzerland, they have problems. So why are they paying a half a point and we're paying much more than that? Does that make sense to anybody? I mean, it seems pretty simple to me, but it's a killer. You know, I almost like to hear bad numbers. I'm saying, I hope we have bad numbers today. Interest rates will go down. It doesn't make sense. When our business is good, we should lower interest rates. And then you want to build America, you're going to see a building like you've never seen. We're doing great, even despite the fact of what's happening with interest rates.
Should Americans be concerned about this volatility in the bond market?
No, I don't think so, because like I said, our country is doing so well despite interest rates. We have interest rates that are artificial. They're actually artificially high. They raise them for no reason. And you can't go out to the market when you have a Fed that's raising interest. You can't say, I want to pay 3 points less than what the Fed says you're supposed to be paying. So, no, I don't think so at all. I think we have a very powerful country, and we're powering through these ridiculous interest rates. They're ridiculous. Look, when our country is strong, interest rates should go down. When our country is weak, frankly, they should go up. But this country is strong. There's never been in history the kind of money coming into a country as we have right now. Trillions and trillions of dollars are being invested in plants, factories, everything. Everything you can think of. We're the hottest country in the world. We are by far, and I said it 100 times, the king of Saudi Arabia, but many people, they said 2 years ago, 3 years ago, your country was dead. Now you have the hottest country in the world. That's what we have. We have the hottest country in the world, and these people are helping us a lot. Thank you very much, everybody. Come on to.
Yeah, you don't have to be a finance major to understand that. If the stock market is going up, meaning people are investing, the company is doing good, the company is making its numbers, people are spending money. Every iPhone that comes out, they sell out. You know what I'm saying? Amazon is booming. As an example, man, there's no way that they should be raising these interest rates and the country is basically booming. That's why so many people think that the country is doing horrible, because not only are the interest rates up, but as long as the interest rates are up, the prices of food and all this stuff are going to go up too. So it don't make any sense. But appreciate y'all for joining the chat. Make sure you double tap the screen, drop a comment, let me know what you think about this. Trump is making himself look bad all by himself. Democrats have already proven they have absolutely no problem making American people suffer just so they can try to make Trump look bad. Critical 509, that's what it looks like to me as well, because it don't make any sense. And you don't have to be a Trump supporter or a Democrat or Republican to really understand what we're seeing in basically common sense. The stock market is steady hitting all-time highs. 700 brand new companies hit the stock market. People, you go out, people are spending money. Why should the interest rate steady go up? It absolutely makes no sense to me. All right, chat, I got to switch gears because guess what's happening tonight? Appreciate y'all for joining me, chat. Guess what's happening tonight? Brand Risk, Aiden Ross, boxing match. And as I was looking at that, as we were watching this, let me go over here. I want to look at this a little bit. They got a little fighting going on with Dean now. They boxing in there. Let me back it up a little bit.
Hold up. We gotta get.
Let me back it up, chat. We got Brand Risk coming on tonight. And guess what, chat? I will be live streaming tonight. Aiden Ross, Brand Risk.
One more round.
Wait. Let me check this out before I go, chat. I'm trying to get it there. All right, here we go. we here?
Oh, she tapped out?
I'm trying to get it there.
Crazy word.
Let me raise my volume.
I need somebody to fight.
We got Brand Rich coming on tonight, Chad.
The white girl said, I want to fight her. That what you said? Yeah. Ain't nobody fight on here.
I will be live streaming Aiden Ross, Brand Rich, boxing match tonight.
Right there?
I will be live streaming it. But of course, when I live stream it, I won't upload it. I'm gonna delete it. And they gotta look at AB, Adrian Broner. They're gonna do a little sparring. Just have a little something to laugh at. Hope y'all having a great Saturday morning. Just something to laugh at right now. Until later on today. Shout out to Aiden Ross. Shout out to Dean McGray and Adrian Broner. Let's see what's going on, Chad.
Hey, you got another one.
Why do they have her in this helmet? Break it up.
Hell no.
She might.
She looks like she's gonna get knocked out. They're gonna knock that shit off her head, that little pink thing. They're gonna knock that little pink shit off her head. Oh, definitely. Most definitely. Look at that, so.
All right, round one.
Yeah, she might get her ass knocked the fuck out.
This is for educational and entertainment purposes only.
Alright. If we wanna hype it up, then we can't watch old video. We gotta do something between ourselves up in here. What y'all trying to do as far as...
Oh, man.
Let this fight happen? Oh, okay, bet. Alright, girl in the pink will get her ass whooped. But she might win. She might win.
Oh, here we go.
She might win. If the girl in the pink win, you gotta chug one of these blue. You gotta chug one of these blue drinks. If the girl, oh shit!
Oh, they wrong for that.
Oh no! Then she gonna fall. It's crazy. And then she ain't got no protected hair again. She did that shit.
They wrong for that, Chad. They put in a big girl against a skinny girl. That's not fair.
Ray J need to stop.
That's not fair.
Damn.
Why she didn't want to fight DJ Sky?
That's not fair.
She want to fight that little girl.
Hey, she had to drop her.
That's not fair, Chad. I got to take this off. That wasn't fair. Y'all not paying attention to what's on the screen? No way. Y'all in the chat. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the chat. Y'all not paying attention to what I'm playing on the screen. Y'all in the comment section having great discussions. Yeah, chat, I will be going live tonight. Brand Risk, Aiden Ross. They holding a boxing event tonight. I will be going live. I'm going to live stream it too. So y'all come rock with me tonight, man. We're going to watch some fights and kick back on the Saturday night. We're going to kick back and watch some fights, man, tonight. They got a lot of fights coming on tonight. Aiden Ross, shout out to Aiden Ross. Even though, Aiden Ross, you took my monetization, but it's all good, bro. I know how to do it now. I just won't upload the fights. So when I watch the fights tonight, chat, we're going to hang out tonight and watch the fights. I just won't upload it to the channel. I will delete it. That's what's going to happen tonight, chat. That's what's going to happen tonight. So I'm going to end it right here. I'm going to end it right here. Put it back on our president, which is Donald Trump. Appreciate y'all for joining me, chat. I will be back tonight. If you have not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. Cut on all post notification bells. Whatever platform you own, Twitch, Kick, Rumble, YouTube, whatever platform you own, make sure you subscribe to the channel. If you on Kick, make sure you follow me on Kick. So I appreciate y'all for rocking with me. Appreciate y'all for coming through, kicking it with me. Y'all still going back and forth in the chat, which is cool. This is the Freedom of Speech channel. I am your host, the one only Stock Sniper. So with that being said, thank y'all for coming through, rocking with me. I appreciate everybody for coming through. Critical 509, I appreciate you for coming through. You always come through and rock with me. Appreciate you. And anybody else, you know, y'all come through and rock with me. And I don't know your handle. I know Critical 509 handle because he's been coming over here for a while. This is a Freedom of Speech channel. I'm your host, the one on the Stock Sniper. Earn, spend less, make proper investments, teach it to your kids and grandkids, then come on the internet and rock with the people around the world. I love and I appreciate y'all, chat. To the next one. Y'all come rock with me tonight. Aiden Ross, I will be doing commentary, live reaction to the boxing matches. With that being said, I love and I appreciate y'all, chat. To the next one. I'm out.